Hello everybody, this is Jacob Rakowski in my salmon shirt, coming to you from the pool and just getting ready to head over to College Station, which is about two and a half hours away, to do an awesome mixer with Wendy and the College Station team out there. Super pumped. Wendy's going to be going Platinum Elite, if not Sapphire this month, and qualifying for that cruise, and we want you to do the same. But my tip of the day is kind of a backup and a reinforcement and a further explanation of my tip yesterday. Quantum physics, as Diane commented on there, is basically the science of belief. So if you're curious of how you can increase your belief, I would recommend Googling or studying quantum physics, because basically it's the process of matter becoming physical. Not matter, energy or matter becoming physical and form, and what you believe will shape your reality. And back to what I was saying yesterday, this is kind of like scientific, but it's really important to understand that if you hold the right beliefs, there will be so much more power behind your work, and it will happen much faster for you. Even though you don't see it, the quantum physics and the belief behind it makes it happen. So, you know, this pool, it was designed, and then all of a sudden it was put on paper, and then all of a sudden it was put in the ground, and all of a sudden it's here, and now it's growing and getting better and better. The trees, everything around it is growing and getting better and better. Everything goes through this process. So one thing on releasing the how is this. I want to tell you a story of how this organization came about. So Mr. Nam Do was working as a travel agent 5 years ago. He was fired from his job. He was living off his savings for 9 months, and he was down to his last $500. He met with Mr. Emmanuel Bernstein. He put his last $500 he had into this business, okay? He said, you know what, this is it. I've got to make it work. I'm going to contact everybody I know. One of the people that was on his list was a friend from high school that he actually had an argument with and hadn't been in contact with for 10 years. But he said, you know what? If I'm going to contact everybody, I'm going to contact everybody. He contacted this person. This person was doing extremely well at the time, very successful. Him and his girlfriend at the time meet Nam at Starbucks, and he's broke. Look like they're doing well, right? And they join him. Little do we know that his girlfriend at the time is Angela Wynn, Emerald Consultant in Organo. Okay? Nam didn't know her. Nam was broke. Nam did not know her. Okay? He didn't want to call his friend because him and his friend had a huge argument. Angela was not even that great of friends with Thomas, my sponsor, in high school, but somehow, some way, they just came across each other, and Thomas joins the business. Thomas is a Bible study leader. He has I wouldn't say he has no need for this business, but he's a Bible study leader. Who would have thought he would be looking for something like this, I guess? Well, maybe he would. I don't know. Little does Nam know that Angela knows Thomas. Thomas barely knows Angela, but they went to high school together. Angela doesn't know Thomas knows me, his Bible study student, but he sponsors me and then does nothing with the business, okay? I shared this business with my dad, who was absolutely the most skeptical, against, and negative person for network marketing you could possibly imagine. As you know, he does his research, and he had thousands of pages of research of why network marketing doesn't work and so on and so forth. And for a year, he did absolutely nothing. That story has created the organization that we are all in today. We could easily say, oh, of course all that happened, blah, blah, blah. Well, no. Back then, none of that was at all likely or even very probable. At all. At all. You know, we could say, you know, well, Dr. Bob's, sponsored Pete. Well, Pete had no idea who Dr. Bob was. Through the most crazy circumstances, Hannah, Pete's wife, had a stage 4 brain tumor from London, flew to Houston, and by referral found himself in Dr. Bob's office, and a year later was exposed to Organo by accident because Pete was asking my dad about another business that he was looking into investing in. You look at that story and you go, how in the world does all that happen? The truth is, it doesn't matter. That's why I said yesterday, release the how, because that story is just so unlikely. I mean, Nam didn't know Angela. He did not even like the person he was sitting down with. Angela barely knew Thomas. They had been out of school for 4 years, weren't in contact, ran into each other. Thomas, I'm one of his Bible study students. I'm 18. I introduced my dad, who was completely against network marketing. My dad had no idea who Pete was, vice versa. But through the craziest circumstances that didn't look good at the time, Nam was, fired from his job, homeless. Hannah had a stage 4 brain tumor. My dad told me absolutely not. Through the craziest looking of circumstances, it all worked out. I can think right now, and my top 4 legs of business currently right now, either I didn't know them at all before Organo, or they told me no, okay? Wendy, I met on a plane that was delayed. I mean, how unlikely is that? I was on a plane on the way to Go Diamond Weekend, and I met her. So many stories that we can think of people just ending up where they are in this business. And I just think about it over and over and over again. Just do your part. The how is not up to you. See, when doubt enters in, you start to close off mentally all possibilities of things being brought your way that will lead you to the success you're asking for. But when doubt comes in and, all of those conflicting thoughts, you're literally sending a message out and saying, no, I actually don't believe in what I asked for. Oh, yes, I do believe in what I asked for. No, I don't believe what I asked for. Yes, I do believe in what I asked for. And what's coming your way gets confused and says, I don't know what you want. You see, the universe does not discriminate in what it brings you. It brings you exactly what you ask for persistently with belief. But if you don't know what you're asking for, it doesn't know what to bring you. So be consistent on what you want. Stop worrying so much about how it's going to happen. At 18 years old, I had no idea where those 120 were going to come from. I would say at least 80 of them, if not more, are people I did not know originally. And almost all the people that I've sponsored have told me no. And I could have just never imagined how it would have played out. So my thought for you is, as a reinforcement, release the how and trust that if you do your part, it's going to work out for you. You couldn't make this stuff up, and I'm so excited to hear your story because it's phenomenal how everything, if you do your part, just works itself out. Keep it OG. God bless.